Well, hello here. Why are you afraid of the giant ball? It doesn't chase you for once. What? It's just a giant ball. It won't do anything. Today we're going to think about another exercise that we can use just to help develop our intermediate level intentional movement. And remember, the whole idea of this kind of intermediate level is to start bringing some resistance to the. So we've gone from our kind of imagined resistance that we use in our kind of our slow movement, and then we've got to make that step, because I think like a lot of people don't really make that step, or it's one of the things push hands is for, I suppose, like to make that step into maintaining the correct body structure in terms of being in contact with an object that's actually pushing back against your structure. But push hands is quite limited to the amount of movements that you can do, and you can develop a lot more by using techniques like this. Now that we've developed these inflatable balls. So this week we're going to do this very basic exercise. We want to get as much of our arm on it as possible. So we're starting with the fingers on this way. And first of all, we're just going to go straight out and in. So and what we're trying to do is keep this idea of emptiness, so like the armpit is empty, the elbow pit is empty. And this idea that you could change over. Oh, treasure. Oh, is it a scary giant ball? Oh dear. Oh dear. You fell over. All that time chasing a ball, now it's chasing you. So look how the arm is going from, like it's like that, and then it straightens out. So they're really basic exercises, really. It's just the ability to maintain the control of the ball using a little bit of pressure. So now we extend the exercise a little bit. So we're going to go out. We're going to go out, and then we're going to circle it back in. So straight out. Circle back in. And notice one of the other things that I'm doing as my hand goes forward, it's like visualising fingers piercing forwards, and then using the crook of the wrist to hook back, just exactly as you would do in sparring. It's exactly what you can see me doing, where I guard, engage, hook back this way. Hooking in with the hand, the wrist, crook of the wrist. And what we're doing is just creating different dimensions of pressure on the muscles, so working the muscles in different ways. Trying to keep them relaxed as we move, but without dropping the ball, going lower. The lower you go, the harder it is, because this movement has got less purchase on the wall, so this is quite hard to do. Look at that. How high can it go? That high. So right at the limit. So now we're going to vary it. We're going to add in a little bit of we're going to make the movement bigger and add in a bit of a drop down, a whole drop down. So we're going to go 1, lift, turn and down, and back. So I'm just adjusting it so it stays at the right. You can do it at different speed, or you can just do it as one. You can do it as a faster, or you can break it right down into smaller movements and the other way. Out, lift, and back. So we're just learning, this is what Yao Zhongzong calls the point at which your arm is in contact with, particularly the other arm of the person. And the point is changing. Look, now the point's the inside of my forearm here, that's changing. Now it's the back of my forearm here, now it's virtually, now it is my elbow. The point where I'm in contact, that I have to visualise all my structure is going to that point. Now it's the inside of my wrist. Now it's my palm, now it's my fingers. The point is changing. And that point, like Yao Zhongzong says, that's the point where you have to feel the structure of your opponent. You're physiologically feeling it. Because that's the only point where you're in contact with, so it's the only point you can feel it. So another very simple variation this way. So again, out, but this time out and down. Keeping the point on the ball, changing the hips, turn. Now the arm turns, and using the back of the forearm, push and lift. Change. Just going with it, however it's slipping or moving, then you're just kind of testing and training the arm to, you know, your interactive ability to adapt to the changing parameters of the exercise, creating a more intuitive, adaptive ability. So 1, and change. Forearm, and lift. Stretch. It's just a big ball. Now we flip the exercise and we start with the back of the forearm. So this way, arms this way. Again, just visualising like the fingers are crushing through something this way. I'm not putting an enormous amount of pressure on it, enough just to feel it, for it just to be challenging. It's not too light, it's not too heavy. And I feel like it is training you for someone actually pushing against your arm. All right. So a variation, like very similar to cloud hands in Tai Chi. So 1, and the arm turns lift. Look, integrating arm, torso, rooting, round, flat, and then and dogs run off into the other room. Fear of the giant ball. They've hitherto lived in peace. So same, start with the back of the hand this way. You can also hold these postures, by the way, just like as Zhuang's, just with the ball. 1. I'll do one more variation. It's this way, but we're starting with the hand flat on the ball this way, and we're going to lift and round. This starts teaching you some interesting things about torso movement. So you can't always have things your own way. Sometimes you've got to move. So look, the lean over this way, and the way I'm compensating with the movement of my quad to maintain balance.